I was just remembering this kind of interesting, well, I thought it was interesting, thing that happened when I was maybe 17. I went to the emergency room. My mom and dad belonged to Kaiser, so I was in the emergency room by myself. I think I had sprained my ankle because I sprained my ankle a lot when I was doing gymnastics and stuff. So I'm in this emergency room and it's packed and everybody's screaming and, kids and everything. And I'm sitting next to this woman who's very, very pregnant. And I look at her, I say, do you need anything? Because she's like filling up the whole seat, with her belly. And she said, can you ask them to get me people I'm going to have my baby any minute now. So I went up to the place where you talk to people again. I had already talked to them about me, and they just told me to wait. And I told them that there was a woman that's about ready to have a baby. And the girl who was there, I think she was either so busy that she couldn't think straight or prejudiced, because the woman who was pregnant was black. And at the time I took it that she was prejudiced. And she said, just tell her to wait, in this kind of condescending voice. And she said, I'll call them. Just tell her to wait. And so I went back to the girl and I said, she's going to call them, but she said, just wait. And the lady said, I don't think I can. And we're talking for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden the floor under her feet, I hear water. And I look, and she's, the water's coming out. And I'm 17, and now I had been studying science a lot, but I'd never been in this kind of a situation at the time. So I said, what do you want me to do? And she said, it's my baby's coming out. Get between my legs, she's on the chair. Get between my legs and just make sure my baby doesn't fall. And I was like, okay. So I'm just helping this baby come out gently. And it's slimy and sweet and beautiful. And so I'm just helping this baby come out. And then I get up and I give it to this mama, and we're both like crying because it was so beautiful. And she's in the waiting room still. We haven't gone anywhere. And then I guess I went back up, and I guess the girl realized that she hadn't been responsible. And so the guys came right after with the gurney and the whole thing. But she's still holding the baby. And I sit back down in my seat, and I'm saying goodbye, and she says, stop to the guys. And so they stop, and she says, come here. And I went over to where she was, and she was all sweaty and tired and everything, but the baby came so fast. But she took my hand and she kissed my hand, and then I took her hand and I kissed her hand, and then I kissed the baby on the top of the back of the head because the baby was up against her. And she said, thank you. And I said, well, thank you. It was really, really sweet. And it just was such a beautiful experience. And I'm just so glad I sat next to her and that I was able to at least do whatever she said for me to do. The baby was still connected when they were, nobody cut the umbilical cord or anything like that when they wheeled her off. So that was just a really interesting experience. I just think life is beautiful, and I think all people are valuable, and all people are worthy of having what they want and getting the help and the health that they want. And I hope that girl was just overwhelmed, not the girl that was a mom, because she was definitely overwhelmed, but the girl who worked there. But, it was when I was in my teens, so I think there were more people that were prejudiced then. Well, she taught me a lot, because I don't like being prejudiced. I'm prejudiced in the other way. I believe everybody's good at their core, and I look for that for the most part.